What is good with y'all, man? It's your boy Cap the Goat, and we're back at it again with another recommendation video. Also, I just want to say I will be making another channel for stuff like this, strictly for stuff like this, like recommendations, reviews, reaction videos, stuff like that. So if you're interested to see stuff like that and see more from me, be on the lookout because I will be making that soon. But anyways, let's get straight into this. So there are not a lot of people who like Manhwa, right? There's not a lot of people who read Manhwa. A lot of people just don't like to read in general, and I understand that. It's okay. I didn't like to read either. You feel me? But then I gave something on this list actually a try, and it's been up from there. It's just been smooth sailing from there. So without no further ado, let's get straight into this list. So I'm gonna try not to give away too many things like I did in my last video. So at number 10, we have Pick Me Up Infinite Gotcha. Now I think this is the perfect starter manhwa because it doesn't have anything too crazy. It's very easy to understand, nothing too complicated. Perfect blend of humor, badassery, hype. Keep you at the edge of your seat every chapter, keep you wanting more. Basically, it's MC. He's from Earth and he plays this game, which he's basically, I think he's number one if I remember correctly. He's like the top player, and he gets transported into the game where he basically has to play as one of the characters and lead his team onto missions, stuff like that. Again, really easy story, really easy to understand, but it's also really badass, full of hype moments. As soon as you get, I want to say, 20 chapters and above, you pretty much won't want to pick it down. At number 9, we have Heavenly Swords Grand Saga. Now, this one is actually one of my favorites. Like, it's been, I think, 2 to 3 years since season 1, and I'm still anxiously waiting for season 2, man. That's how good this series is, and it's heavily underrated. So basically, MC has a bunch of masters in this Murim setting. If you don't know what Murim is, it's basically martial arts. He has a bunch of masters, and they all come together to train this one disciple who is super talented, but eventually they all get killed, and MC gets sent back in time to basically avenge and also basically save the world in a way. Again, super funny, hype ass series, waiting for mad long for season 2. At this point, I'm not sure if it's even coming, but there are some series that I also thought that about, and they came back just recently. So here's hoping. At number 8, we have Reincarnation of the Suicidal Battle God. Now, I actually don't know why it's called Suicidal Battle God, because MC in that is not suicidal at all. In fact, he's actually been pretty fucking badass. So that name is kind of weird, but maybe we just haven't got too far in the story yet. Who knows? But anyways, so MC is fighting a demon god, by the way, and he basically manages to land one hit on him. And the funny part is, the demon god is so strong that he goes to heaven and beats the shit and complains the fuck out to all the gods and angels there. And he's like, yo, bring this fucker back to life so I can beat his fucking ass. And what he doesn't know is the person he's bringing back to life is MC. So he's about to get fucked up. But this is, again, a pretty good story. Super interesting, super hype. Will have you on the edge of your seat the whole time once again. One of my favorite series. Season 3, I believe, is about to come out soon, as far as I've heard. So if you're into the series already, it's pretty popular. But if you're already into the series and you're waiting for the next season, keep on a lookout. I heard it's coming out pretty soon. At number 7, we have I'm Not That Kind of Talent. Now, this is a story mainly based off misunderstandings. Now, don't fast forward just yet. Hear me out. This is a story of misunderstandings done right. In fact, this is the only way a misunderstanding should be done. But besides the point, so MC is basically like super weak, right? Like even you, I'm sure, who's never even fought before could punch him and he'll probably die off just that one punch. Now you're probably wondering, why the fuck would I want to read about a weak ass MC? Well, the MC actually gets recruited by the Demon Lord, and the Demon Lord saw saw him fighting and thought he was really really strong, but the Demon Lord didn't know how actually weak he was. But the reason why the Demon Lord thought he was really really strong is because whenever he gets drunk or overly stimulated, he goes back and reverts to kind of like his past, in which he had to fight in like mercenary tournaments or some shit like that. Like he had to basically become a serial killer and develop a kill or be killed kind of attitude, which basically honed his instincts and made him a pretty good fighter. You know what I'm saying? So if you like misunderstandings, if you like hilarious stories, this is hilarious. Top 10 funniest stories that you will see. If you like unpredictable plot twists and plot lines, you will love this story. Go check it out. I'm telling you, once you get into it, you will not want to put it down. Coming in at number 6 is Greatest Estate Developer. Now hold on, calm your tits. I know some of you people who've read this series are diehard fans, and you're probably wondering, why is it only at number 6? Blah, blah, blah. Listen, relax, okay? I understand. It's one of the most greatest series of all time. But for new beginners, I just don't think it's that great. You know? It's funny. Of course, love the series. Lots of troll bait going on. If you love troll baits, if you love funny stories, if you love comedy relief characters, you'll absolutely love Greatest Estate Developer. It's one of my all-time favorite series, and I'm sure a lot of you have been reading Manhwa for a long time. It's also one of your favorite all-time series as well. So if you haven't checked it out yet, go ahead and give it a try. I don't want to spoil too much because it's just a journey, man. You just want to experience it for yourself. Breaking into the top 5, we have Return of the Manhua sect. Now, if you read a lot of Manhwa, you probably have seen this trope a bunch of times, but you're still here. And I am too. Like, no matter how many times we see it, we still get hype, we still love it every time. But it is another reincarnated story, sad to say. But it's done a little bit different. It's a little bit more on the comedy side. MC reincarnates, and basically his goal in life is to basically rise up his former sect. And it's basically, you just have to experience it, man. Another one where it's just like, the explanation itself doesn't do it justice. Like, it kind of sounds lame, but once you get into it, and once you get to like 10 chapters in, you're just gonna want to call off your job and want to read it all day. That's pretty much how it is. At number 4, we have The World After the End. Goated series, by the way. The beginning kind of starts iffy, so if you started it but you're not too sure about it yet, just keep going. I promise it's gonna get better. This is a story about a man who became the strongest in the world, and he has to basically find a way to revive Earth. Now, I don't want to get too much into it, but just know that the story goes, the power scaling is insane. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, it starts off with just humans, and then gods, and then all types of crazy shit. So again, another story where you kind of just want to get into it. Hype every single chapter. It will have you at the edge of your seat. The art, by the way, is top peak. I tell you, peak art. At number 3, we have one of my top 10 favorite MCs. In the beginning, after the end. Now, the name, just the title alone should tell you how hype this story is going to be. The story is hands down one of my all-time favorites. Arthur Lewin, the MC, goated MC, by the way. You will not find another cooler or more just hype and just suave type MC than my boy Arthur here, man. Another reincarnated series. A king from a past civilization gets reincarnated into a magic type world, magic / swordsman type world, and he basically has to just navigate through his new life with his parents and stuff like that. Very emotional story. Will have you crying, throwing up, pissing yourself, all type of shit. Another story where once you get too deep into it, you will want to call off your job and continue reading it because it is just that damn good. At number 2, we have Nano Machine. Now I talked about this a little bit in my last video, but I want to elaborate it on a little bit more. So basically, MC is, I think, the 4th son. Don't quote me on that. I think 4th son of the heavenly demon, which if you just starting out on Manhwa, you're gonna hear that term a lot, and I do mean a lot. But yeah, so he is the 4th son of the heavenly demon, I think, and he basically has to kill yes, he has to kill all of his brothers and sisters in order to claim the heavenly demon spot. And actually, he even has to kill well, I'm not gonna spoil too much, but yeah, there is a lot of blood. We actually call him the one-arm demon, and it's not because he has one arm. No, it's because he loves taking arms. Bro has a collection, and he is not afraid to add you to that collection. But yeah, check this one out. Super hype story. Once again, art is peak art. Absolutely peak zenith of art right there. And last but not least, the greatest manhwa of all time, in my opinion. Now, this list is mainly based off simplicity, hype, continuity, just how much it makes you want to read the story. I don't know the exact word. I guess hype would be one word to explain it. But yeah, this, in my opinion, is the best manhwa of all time. Solo Leveling, the manhwa that started it all for a lot of us. If you haven't already, there's actually a season 1 of the anime. Season 2 is coming out pretty soon, but there's actually a season 1. So if you don't like manhwa just yet, or you're not really sure that you want to really get into it, go watch season 1 of the anime, and I guarantee you, you will want to read Solo Leveling right after you finish season 1. Especially now is the best time to get into it because season 2 is actually dropping. I think they said January 13th or 16th, something around there, sometime in January. So if you, like I said, if you want to get into Solo Leveling, now is the perfect time. So I'll kind of give a brief explanation just to give you just a taste of how hype Solo Leveling is. Solo Leveling has one of the best arts of all time in manhwa history. Don't at me. Yes, I said it. MC is the coolest MC of all time, hands down. It's my boy Sung Jin Woo, Sung Drip Woo, as all of us veterans call him, Sung Drip Woo. That man is the GOAT. So basically, he is the weakest hunter, which is basically just a fighter. He's the weakest hunter of all time. But he gets transported into a double dungeon, which is basically just a dungeon where there's another dungeon. And in this double dungeon, a lot of things happen. I'm not gonna spoil it, but a lot of things happen, and he goes from being one of the weakest hunters, or the weakest hunter of all time, to the GOAT himself. And the journey is just mwah, chef's kiss. You will not find a more hype story than this one. There might be better detailed stories or better plot-ring stories, but I guarantee you, you will not find another story as hype as Solo Leveling. As you can see from all the panels I'm showing you, there's a lot of hype in this one series. And that is going to do it for this video. Like I said, I will be making a second channel for more recommendations and reviews and reaction type videos. So if you want to see more of that content from me, be on the lookout, because I will be talking about it soon, and I will be making the channel soon and stuff like that. But that is it for this video. I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.